Good morning, students. Welcome back to Business Studies class. We are doing chapter Principles of Management, and today's class we will talk about Henri Fayol, popularly known as father of journal management, for his contribution in administrative management and the theory which he gave. He had applied top-down approach concerning top management and other managers' conduct. So let's see who exactly this gentleman was. He was a French mining engineer and was born in Istanbul in 1841 and passed away in Paris in 1925. And later he turned out to be a leading industrial and successful manager. He also wrote a book in French in 1916 on general and industrial administration. He is considered as the father of administrative management theory or father of journal management. So he gave basically 14 principles which should be applied by each manager. So the first one he said is division of work. Work is divided in small tasks or job, and each work is done by a trained specialist. So a person who is trained in particular work, he should be given that work. So it will lead to what? Greater efficiency. Of course, a person is specialized, so he will be more productive, and wastage and of things and movements will not be there. So he said, as per this specialization, the work should be divided. So work among the individuals who are specialists due to specialization, increase in efficiency and effectiveness, right? So example, I can give you now from companies, every company has separate departments like HR, marketing, finance. So as per the person's specialization, he is given that work. In our school also, you have different subjects, and the person who is specialized in a particular subject teaches you that particular subject, right? So the results will be expected, right? Results will be good if a specialized person is taking up a job. So this was division of work. Let's talk about the next, authority and responsibility. See, what is authority? Power to take decisions, right? And once you have been given this power, the responsibility lies with you to complete the task which is being given to you. So authority and responsibility should go hand in hand. Shouldn't happen that, yes, some responsibilities being given to an individual, but with no authority. So what will happen? He won't be able to complete his duties. Okay, so authority has to be assigned or has to be given before assigning any responsibility. Okay, so there should be a balance between authority and responsibility. Management must ensure that managerial powers are not abused, but at the same time, required authority should be given so that responsibility is carried out. Suppose uh, you are being told to take care of the class discipline in absence of the teacher. So responsibility has been given to you, but if you talk to any of the student in the class to not to talk or tell them better behave, teacher is not around, so he'll ask you, who are you to question me? So if there's no authority given to you, you'll not be able to do that job. So if teacher announces in the class, yes, this person is responsible for the discipline, and in my absence, you'll be following his instructions, right? So here the power is given to that person. So authority and responsibility goes hand in hand. So this was the second principle. The third one is discipline. Goals cannot be achieved without disciplines. Anywhere, not only in any kind of organizations or as an individual also, discipline is mandatory everywhere. So what it involves? It involves obedience and to all the agreements in the employment contract and rules of the organization. If you have started working or you're a part of an organization, you are expected to follow all the rules and regulations. Good superiors and penalties, which are judicious, are vital components for the successful following of this principle. So your superiors should be good. There should be proper penalties in place if rules are not being followed. So all these things should be in place. And Fayol also said that discipline requires good supervisors at all level, clear and fair agreements, and judicious application of penalties. So, like now you are being given some committee's job, right? So you need, so people will be looking up to you, and you need to be disciplined yourself before you are telling others to be one, to be doing that, right? So discipline is important from for everybody, top to bottom. Now, the fourth principle is unity in command. See, let me give you an example first. You are uh, maybe in some global awareness committee, yeah, and you are also part of your class, yes. Now, your global awareness committee head tells you that on this day you need to conduct the assembly, right? But for all these things, for doing all those arrangements, you need some extra time, right? But your subject teacher doesn't allow you to go out from the class, right? So here in this case, you are reporting to two people, right? So then if you're reporting to two, whose instructions you will follow? So there will be a lot of chaos. You won't be able to do your job because you'll say, that person said I have to do this. You are telling me I cannot do this. So Fayol said an employee should be answerable only to one person. One boss should be there and he should receive orders from him only. It helps in prevention of dual subordination. And what will be the effect? It results in more effective performance of the employee. So it implies that every worker should receive orders and instructions only from one superior. Otherwise, it will create conflict, confusion, disturbance, and overlapping of activities. So unity of command means one job, one boss, right? Now, the next principle is unity in direction. So, see, organization has one objective, right? So, the employees of that organization should be working in one direction only. Okay, so this principle lays not only having one boss and one plan for a group of activities meant for the attainment of same objectives, it leads to prevention of overlapping and duplication of efforts, right? If everybody is moving in one direction, it will result in more effective performance of the whole organization. So each group of activities having the same objective must have one head, one plan. So this ensures what? Unity of action and coordination. So all departments though they have different objectives, individual objectives of their own department, but they are working towards the bigger goal, that is the organizational goal, right? So all are working for the success of the organization. So there has to be unity in direction. The next one is subordination of individual interest to general interest. You suppose you get a job in one of the companies and as a production or procurement head. Now, you are the person who will decide the raw materials and from where it has to be procured and at what price. And you have a friend or a relative who is having this raw material supply business. So, though his product, the raw material is substandard, maybe he's charging more than the other competitors, you are trying to favor your relative or your friend, okay, and he may promise you some percentage of whatever uh, raw material you are buying from that person. So if you do this kind of favor to anyone and taking care of your individual interests, this will later on may affect the organization's performance, right? And if organization is not doing well, company is doing not doing well, you may lose your job. So individual interest should take back seat and you should work for the general interest. Yes, maybe the raw material quality is not good and the final product what has been made may get rejected. So in that case, who will be held responsible? You will be held responsible, right? So the interest of an organization should take priority over the interest of any one individual employee, right? Every individual has his own interest. Even you have an interest to make more money. You want maybe some extra money. What company is paying you is not enough, or maybe you feel, why not, if I'm getting some extra benefit from back route, which is not correct ethically also, so why not? So in that case, in any given situation, the interest of the group or company will always supersede the interest of an individual. Why? As large interest of workers and stakeholders are more important than an individual. So one more I will cover in today's session, that is remuneration of employees. This is the seventh principle. Remuneration means how much will I get paid for the job what I'm going to do. So Fayol said the overall pay and compensation should be fair to both to employees and the organization. Person should not be underpaid, nor should he be overpaid. The wages should encourage the workers to work more and better. The wage should take care of his minimum living standard at least, right? So remuneration should be just and equitable. This will ensure congenial atmosphere and good relations between workers and management, right? So everybody is paid equally and it is just, so everyone is happy. Now, if you notice, this principle is the opposite of Taylor's scientific technique, which he gave was differential wage fee system, wherein he said, as per the work, each person should be paid, right? But here Fayol says remuneration of employees should be just and equitable, right? So this is what I wanted to cover today. Hope all 7 principles what I have covered is clear to you. Kindly go through all these principles in your textbook. Thank you. Mercy.